When times are troubled, we all look for inspiration in different things. Some find it in music, others look for it in nature. And some people are inspired by helping others. I look and found inspiration in all of these things. But I also found inspiration in places you might not expect.
If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but think that you can't, it's almost for certain that you won't. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You got to think high to rise. You have to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. If you think you will lose, you've lost. For out in this world we find, success begins, but the person's will is all in the state of mind. For life battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man. But sooner or later, the one who wins is the one who thinks he can.
That was beautiful.
I found inspiration in Gulf Shore's restaurant, and it came with a bowl of gumbo.
As a chef, I need to stay curious in order to evolve. For me, that means looking beyond a great meal to learn more about who made it and what inspires them to cook. Every great city has great food. I'm going on a journey around the world right here in St. Louis to find good food and experience other cultures. I'm on a quest to find passionate chefs who cooks from the heart. Because food is love.
It's gonna be delicious.
Food is love. Love your food. Excuse me, do you have rubber biscuits in there?
They may not have rubber biscuits here at Gulf Shores, but I've seen the recipe book. They have pretty much everything else. This is Harry, owner and operator of Gulf Shores in Creve Coeur and Edwardsville. The Cajun food and New Orleans atmosphere has made Gulf Shores popular with seafood lovers and Midwesterners who travel to vacation in Gulf Shores, Alabama, Louisiana, and Florida. For a lot of guests, eating here is a reminder of their vacation.
This guy here, who that cat?
Who that cat?
Yeah. So you know when you're coming to Gulf Shores, you're gonna have live music. You're gonna have Mississippi catfish, right? And this guy is saying, listen, I'm the happiest catfish in the world because we're gonna have a good time.
Great.
All right?
Yeah.
All right.
But what's most surprising is Harry isn't from St. Louis. He came expressly to spread the gospel of Creole cooking.
Good morning, with Gulf Shores.
Yes, I'd like to place a pickup order, please.
Born and raised in the South. Mama and Daddy were never fortunate enough to own their own restaurant, own their own business, but they cooked, and they cooked different places.
So you went to college and then you went on to doing something non-related to the restaurant industry.
Well, I got my engineering degree, and then I went to Wharton, got an executive MBA, and then I joined a very good company which I worked for 30 years. If you didn't work for a company anymore and you've given them 15, 20 years, that company was indebted to you. All that was going away. Yeah. So I said, it's time for me to do something different. At the age of 52, I began looking for what I wanted to do next.
How did you decide that you wanted to be in the restaurant business, and how did that lead you to St. Louis of all places?
I said, I love cooking. I can get up every day. I can want to go to cook and so forth. So I'm gonna go do this. Had no professional training, okay? Had no business experience in the restaurant business at all. Didn't know. But in data, I believe. I hired myself as free labor to a company for almost a year.
Okay.
Where I gave free labor to that restaurant owner. I learned what to do, but more importantly, I learned what not to do. When that didn't deter me enough to go away, I hired a restaurant location company.
Yeah.
And I said, here's the concept I had. I had developed a concept, and they came back to me after charging me a little money, said, here's a franchise that you can probably look at going with, but here's where you should locate, and it's St. Louis, Missouri. Listen, I've traveled all over the world. I've been to probably as many countries in Europe, South America, Africa, all over. And they said, here, St. Louis. I had never been to St. Louis. As I said before, in data, I believe. And so I said, okay, we're gonna go do this. And that's how we ended up in St. Louis. So they said, listen, it's a city that's in love with Cajun.
Yeah.
Okay? They have the second largest celebration of Mardi Gras in a place called Soulard. I never knew that before. It is one of the most diverse cities that you will go to, but you're gonna find out that when it comes to a Cajun restaurant, there's not many. We'll put you in a place called Creve Coeur. You're gonna do what? I never heard of Creve Coeur.
So this is where it all happens?
This is where it all happens, okay? You can see what we're doing right here. This is red beans and rice.
Oh, wow. Wow.
The staple of any of New Orleans cooking list has got to have, it has to have celery,
Yeah.
has to have onions, okay? Has to have rice. Now, what we've done is that we've probably gone a little bit further with the tomatoes than some of the other restaurants down there because
Yeah.
the staple in New Orleans, which is andouille sausage, we took a lot of it out.
Yeah.
Our red beans and rice comes without sausage. How do we carry the flavor? We carry the flavor with tomatoes because tomatoes will grab anything of this, okay? Crawfish gumbo, no, does not have andouille, it does not, because people.
But you make the roux, right? With
We
the
make-
Holy Trinity and all that.
We make the roux.